If you skip this, you may lose both their guidance forever. You have only 15 seconds. Open it now. Archangel Michael says the clock is already counting down, and the room around you feels narrower by the second. He says 2 lights have always walked with you, one on your left and one on your right. He says you know them as protection and wisdom, as shield and whisper, as courage and calm. You didn't notice when the air thinned, but you felt the silence change shape. The first sign was the way familiar places started feeling unfamiliar. The second sign was how your own name felt distant when someone called you. There is a hand that has stayed on your door, never forcing entry. There is a voice that has stayed by your ear, never shouting your name. Today, together, they step forward to place a lantern in your path. You are not alone in your room right now, even if you can't see them yet. The scent you cannot describe, the hush that feels kind, these are their signatures. They are both waiting for your yes, and your yes is simply attention. They saved you more times than you can count, in tiny ways no one saw. They moved you to turn left instead of right. They tugged your sleeve when your mind wandered into a small danger with a big shadow. One is the guardian who shields without demand, whose presence feels like a firm hand on your shoulder. The other is the guide who speaks in patterns, who arranges moments like stepping stones across a dark river. Together, they form a bridge that doesn't break under weight. Archangel Michael says the bridge is stressed by doubt, not by difficulty. He says doubt eats rope like fire eats dry grass. He says belief is not loud noise. Belief is quiet choosing. 15 seconds sounds short because it is. But a second is enough for a decision when a decision is ready. You have been ready longer than you realize. Remember the dream that repeated 3 nights in a row and then stopped. It didn't stop because it ended. It stopped because it delivered. The message waited for you to open your eyes and carry it into morning. Your first guide is the sentinel who notices what you don't. The second is the mentor who unknots what you can't. One warms the path. The other reveals where it goes. They know your habits, your weak hours, your resilient minutes. They've seen you break and found where you mend. They've seen what you call mistakes and call them maps. Today isn't random, it's a checkpoint. It's the moment 2 lines meet and offer you a third. The old plan made sense until it didn't, and the new plan makes sense the moment you inhale. Archangel Michael says, start with your breath. Breathe in like you're gathering the scattered pages of your story. Breathe out like you're sending them to the table where you can read them clearly. The countdown is not a threat. It's a door closing on a corridor you don't need anymore. When a door closes behind you, the echo sounds like loss. But when you turn, you realize it's the echo of a chain hitting the ground. You have carried other people's weather on your shoulders. You have worn storms that didn't belong to you like coats that never fit. You can put them down without apology. Close your eyes and picture a strand of light on the floor, stretching from your heels forward. Notice how it straightens when you stand tall. Notice how it brightens when you say out loud, I choose clarity. Your first guide steadies the room so your heart can hear. Your second guide arranges your thoughts like books on a shelf, titles finally facing outward. The tangled threads of your week start loosening, one by one. A message wants to arrive without noise. Prioritize peace over performance. Don't rush to look strong, allow yourself to be true. Strength follows truth like a shadow follows a body. You've been looking for the right time, while time kept looking for you. The right time is a decision in motion. When you move, time moves with you like a tide with a ship. Archangel Michael says to write down the 3 things that have been whispering later for months. Under each, write one action that takes less than 5 minutes. Do the smallest first, and notice how the floor under your feet feels sturdier. The guides are practical, not abstract. They put their wisdom into the next phone call, the glass of water, the full night of rest. Guidance is not a lightning strike, it's a lighthouse that never stopped turning. Someone's voice has been too loud in your mind, and it's not your own. It carries fear, and fear speaks in absolutes. Return to the voice that measures with kindness and plans with patience. You don't have to argue with worry to be free of it. You can let worry talk while you walk past the door it guards. You can let it run out of breath while you keep your rhythm. Your first guide places a small key in your palm. Your second guide points at a lock you've walked past 100 times. The key fits because it was made for your hand. Inside the unlocked room there is nothing dramatic, only order and permission. There is your schedule with room for breath. There is your work waiting to be done without the weight of proving. You have been loved in the quiet hours between midnight and morning. You have been held by a safety you did not earn and could not lose. You have been prepared for a day like this one. Archangel Michael says, choose who you are listening to by choosing what you do next. If you want the quiet to stay, act like it belongs. If you want the guidance to continue, behave like you believe it's real. You will notice small confirmations after you decide. A message will arrive with a line that answers your thought. A stranger will smile at the exact second your shoulders drop. Guidance speaks in alignment, not coincidence. It repeats gently until you repeat it too. Then it becomes the way you walk, not just the words you hear. Your first guide asks you to forgive yourself for moving slowly. Your second guide asks you to protect your speed once it returns. Together, they want consistency more than fireworks. Touch the objects you use every day and reclaim them. Your cup is not just a cup, it's how you begin. Your door is not just a door, it's how you enter. Set a boundary that respects your energy. You don't have to explain the boundary to everyone for it to be real. The right people will feel its honesty and step closer, not away. When you remember a painful moment, don't deny it and don't live there. Carry it like a lesson that fits in your pocket, not on your back. Pull it out when you need a compass, and then put it away again. Your first guide is watching the places you can't see. Your second guide is tending the places you can. They are asking you to meet them in the middle and keep your promises small and steady. Archangel Michael says the next door opens when you handle what's in your hands. He says your future is made out of what you are doing in the next hour. He says destiny is a series of faithful minutes. Begin with water, light, and a clean space. These 3 are not decoration, they are support. When the basics become consistent, the advanced becomes natural. You will feel a lingering grief loosen when you stop rehearsing arguments in your head. You will feel a deep relief when you no longer treat rest like a reward. You will feel a fresh courage when you realize courage is quiet. Your first guide steps to your left and steadies your breath on the exhale. Your second guide steps to your right and tucks a stray doubt back behind the curtain. You stand centered, a small ceremony no one else sees. Take inventory of the things that truly nourish you. Keep them close and reachable. Make a tiny ritual out of meeting yourself each morning before the world does. You've learned survival, now you're learning stability. Stability is not lack of movement, it's movement with balance. Balance doesn't mean equal weight, it means proper weight. Archangel Michael says there is one conversation you've been avoiding. Write the first sentence and stop there. Tomorrow you will write the second, and by the time you speak, the words will have learned your voice. You don't have to watch every door. You only have to walk through the right ones. Guidance narrows your choices with kindness. It leaves you with the few that fit and the one that sings. Your first guide smiles when you put your phone down on purpose. Your second guide smiles when you pick up the book that has been waiting. Small choices are how you vote for the life you want. There is a season changing inside your body. You will not feel it all at once. You will notice it in how you answer your name, softer and more certain. When the sun sets, don't panic about what you didn't finish. List what you did finish, and say thank you for the steps that happened. Then set the next 3 stones for tomorrow and rest your feet. Archangel Michael says to honor your sensitivity as a tool, not a liability. Sensitive is how you hear the instructions that were meant for you. Sensitive is how you sense when to stop and when to continue. You are arriving at a place you once thought was a story other people told. It feels unfamiliar because it's real. It feels gentle because it's strong. Your first guide places a small candle at your window, a sign to your future self. Your second guide sets a chair by your desk, a sign to your present self. Together, they say, show up, and you will be carried. When worry asks for proof, give it practice instead. Practice is better proof than promises. Repetition builds a path the brain trusts and the heart loves. There is an apology you never received. Let your growth be bigger than the apology. Let your boundaries be clearer than their reasons. Archangel Michael says, when you feel the old fear tug, pause and breathe in for 4, hold for 4, out for 6. He says feel the floor and speak your name with respect. He says you are the steward of this body and the captain of this day. The next blessing will look like responsibility. Don't reject it because it isn't wrapped in glitter. Receive it because it is wrapped in purpose. Your first guide brings the right people near your orbit. Your second guide helps you recognize them without suspicion or haste. You will know them by the way your shoulders relax and your laughter returns. Keep your promises to yourself like you keep appointments for others. Put them on the calendar and defend them. Treat your healing like the most important meeting in your week. When you drift, return, and let returning be ordinary. Don't mistake a pause for a collapse. Don't confuse a setback with a sentence. Archangel Michael says the road ahead is not without turns, but it is without traps if you walk awake. He says you will not miss what belongs to you when you keep listening. He says your listening is your lighthouse. Both guides will remain as long as you remain honest. They don't require perfection, they desire presence. They don't ask for eloquence, they ask for sincerity. You will bloom in unexpected places. You will find doors where walls used to be. You will become someone you meet with relief, not resistance. Tonight, Let your room be quiet enough for whispers to be loud. Let your mind be kind enough for courage to be comfortable. Let your body be grateful enough for rest to arrive quickly. When morning comes, you will feel more like yourself than you have in a long time. You will not wonder who you are. You will remember. You will not ask where to begin. You will begin. Your first guide folds the night behind you. Your second guide lays the day before you. You step forward between their hands. This is how not to lose them. Stay open, stay simple, stay steady. This is how to keep them. Act on what you hear, even if it's small. This is how to honor them. Let your life be the proof that you listened. Archangel Michael says the countdown has done its job. It brought you to attention and into agreement. Now your time expands because you are using it on purpose. Walk gently. Speak truthfully. Keep going. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Your first guide gathers the scattered pieces of your attention and places them on the table like bright coins. Your second guide lays a simple cloth beneath them so nothing rolls away. Together, they help you count what truly matters without noise. You remember a promise you made to yourself on a difficult morning. It wasn't grand, but it was honest. That promise still waits patiently for you to pick it up and wear it like a ring. Archangel Michael says your next victory will arrive disguised as a routine you keep. He says momentum respects those who respect their mornings. He says the sun notices who stands up when it arrives. You will feel a soft strength enter the room when you move with intention. The clock will feel less like a judge and more like a drum. Your steps will begin matching a rhythm you can trust. Your first guide asks you to name the real priorities out loud. Your second guide asks you to protect them with clear boundaries. When you do both, distractions fold themselves and find the door. There is a letter you wrote in your mind and never mailed. It held courage and tenderness in equal measure. Write it now and give it a destination, even if that destination is your own drawer. Your day becomes a corridor with clean lines when you stop carrying what is not yours. The weight you set down does not break. It returns to the floor where it belongs. The space you gain is not empty. It is breathable. Archangel Michael says alignment is a daily garment. He says you put it on by doing what you said you would do. He says you keep it on by staying gentle when you fall short and standing up again. The two lights that walk with you do not shout. They lean close and move furniture inside your mind so the path is clear. They do their best work when you make room for calm. You learn to survive loud rooms and sharp hours. Now you are learning to thrive in quiet rooms and patient hours. The skill of calm does not erase your fire. It teaches your fire to focus. Your first guide places courage beside your coffee like a second cup. Your second guide sets wisdom beside your keys like a reminder you actually see. You leave home with both and notice how the air feels different. There is music under your day that you can hear when your shoulders soften. It is not dramatic, but it is steady. It is the sound of your life agreeing with itself. Archangel Michael says your words carry the weight you give them in silence. He says a promise you whisper to yourself becomes a road you can walk. He says consistency is the signature on that road. You will tidy your space and discover your thoughts tidying themselves. You will choose your food and feel your choices choosing you back. You will schedule your rest and watch productivity arrive like a grateful guest. Your first guide nods when you say no with respect. Your second guide smiles when you say yes with clarity. A simple sentence spoken at the right time becomes a wall or a door that serves you. The world will keep offering urgent noise dressed as importance. You will practice filtering offers through purpose. Anything that does not pass through purpose can wave from the curb as you drive by. There is a kindness you owe yourself that no one else can deliver. It is not indulgence, it is maintenance. You run better when you are maintained with care. Archangel Michael says protect your focus like a seed. He says sunlight and water are your daily habits. He says the harvest introduces itself when you are already busy planting. Your first guide loves when you celebrate small completions. Your second guide loves when you refine small systems. Together, they build a staircase you can climb without fear of collapse. You remember the time you chose peace over winning an argument. That decision didn't make you smaller. It made you sturdy. Sturdy is a blessing that follows you into every room. You are not behind when you return. Returning is progress. Returning is proof that your compass works. Archangel Michael says your future self is watching with gratitude. He says they are not disappointed by your pace. They are proud of your direction. He says the distance between you is made of minutes used well. You will clean one drawer and feel a hallway lighten. You will answer one message and feel a conversation breathe. You will end one delay and watch 3 windows open. Your first guide adjusts the volume on old memories so they stop drowning out your present. Your second guide tunes your attention toward the next right thing. The static fades and the song becomes recognizable. There is a list that has been bossing you around. You will rewrite it in language that belongs to you. The same tasks will feel different when the voice is yours. Archangel Michael says design your day like a small sanctuary. He says the sanctuary begins with what you stop permitting. He says the rest is arrangement and respect. You will notice your posture changing as your confidence returns. The mirror will feel less like a courtroom and more like a confirmation. Your presence will start arriving a few seconds before you speak. Your first guide waits at the threshold of decision and hands you patience. Your second guide stands just beyond and hands you perspective. Patience and perspective together are stronger than haste. The habit you build today will introduce you to the season you asked for. It will not arrive with fireworks, but with familiar steps happening without friction. That is how change stays. Archangel Michael says gratitude is not a performance, it is a posture. He says the posture helps you see what is already supporting you. He says seeing support gives you courage to build more. You will lose taste for drama that steals your hours. You will gain appetite for work that feeds your future. You will choose company that knows the difference. Your first guide closes windows where cold wind keeps sneaking in. Your second guide opens the blinds where sunlight keeps asking to help. The temperature of your day adjusts toward balance. There is a page waiting for your handwriting. Start it with one sentence that tells the truth plainly. Plain truth is a warm floor under bare feet. Archangel Michael says the right opportunities recognize sincerity faster than volume. He says sincerity speaks a language doors understand. He says you do not need to shout when the door already knows your name. You will keep your word to yourself in the smallest ways. You will watch trust grow like ivy around a solid frame. That trust will hold when you climb. Your first guide reminds you that rest is part of the work. Your second guide reminds you that joy is part of the plan. Rest and joy together make you efficient without cruelty. The map in your hand is not for performance, it is for movement. Movement does not always look impressive to strangers. Movement looks like progress on the inside. Archangel Michael says measure the day by faithfulness, not spectacle. He says faithfulness is how miracles find addresses. He says your address is becoming unmistakable. You will feel a clean yes rise where there used to be muddled maybe. You will watch confusion pack itself for departure. You will greet clarity like an old friend returning with calm news. Your first guide stands watch while you turn your phone face down and breathe. Your second guide turns up the voice that sounds like home. The room becomes protective without becoming heavy. There is a door you close to survive that you can now open to live. It leads to ordinary goodness, not lightning. Ordinary goodness is a better company for the long road. Archangel Michael says you are safe to build slowly. He says you are wise to build surely. He says you are ready to build now. You will notice that fear loses volume when you take one honest step. You will notice that a plan ages well when it is simple. You will notice that you can carry hope without cracking. Your first guide holds the edge of the bridge while you cross. Your second guide steadies your breath when the wind rises. The planks beneath you belong to the choices you kept. You walk forward into a room arranged by intention. Light finds the surfaces it was made for. Your name sounds right in your own mouth again. Your stride settles into a rhythm that feels earned. The hallway of your day extends without sharp corners. The floor holds because your choices are holding. Your first guide stands where the light meets the threshold. Your second guide arranges your focus like clear panes in a window. The view ahead sharpens because you finally cleaned the glass. You keep promises to yourself in small, durable ways. You drink water before noise, and the noise respects the boundary. You breathe before decisions, and decisions arrive already calm. Archangel Michael says your strength is quiet and specific. He says your peace is evidence that your roots went deeper. He says deeper roots were the miracle you needed all along. You arrange your desk like a launch pad, not a storage unit. Tools you need are within reach, and distractions are politely exiled. Work meets you like a partner who learned your pace. Your first guide turns down the ache in old memories until they become lessons. Your second guide turns up the volume on future patience until it becomes present action. Together, they tune your life to the frequency of steady progress. The map you carry simplifies as you walk. Lines that once tangled now reveal direction. Destination stops shouting because path has learned to speak. You set timers not to punish yourself but to protect momentum. You set pauses not to lose speed but to keep clarity. Your day respects you because you respect your day. Archangel Michael says integrity is how your steps agree with your soul. He says alignment is how your habits agree with your vision. He says results are how your time agrees with both. You trade urgency for order. You trade spectacle for substance. You trade approval for accuracy. Your first guide closes the door gently on gossip that steals hours. Your second guide opens a page where your plan can breathe. You choose the page over the rumor, and time becomes an ally again. You rearrange a shelf and feel your mind exhale. You label a folder and feel your body release. You set a recurring reminder and feel your future thank you. Archangel Michael says consistency does not need applause to be holy. He says quiet routines are altars that never close. He says your calendar is a covenant you keep with your purpose. You stop rehearsing old scenes that cannot change. You start rehearsing calm entrances into rooms that matter. Your presence arrives steady and invites steadiness from others. Your first guide touches the part of you that's still braced for impact. Your second guide names the day safe enough for growth. Your shoulders lower because the message finally landed. You put words on paper before your mind edits them out of existence. You allow first drafts to be bridges to clarity. Bridges do not look like destinations and still carry you there. Archangel Michael says call your energy back from places that never spent it well. He says call your attention back from windows where nothing new appears. He says stand in the center of your own room and claim it. You pack a small bag with essentials for the next season. You include patience because it saves hours. You include joy because it multiplies strength. Your first guide slips a note into your pocket that reads keep it simple. Your second guide adds another note that reads keep it honest. You carry both and feel unnecessary complexity fall away. You begin to enjoy the taste of unhurried work. You begin to trust the tone of your own voice. You begin to recognize opportunities that match your interior weather. Archangel Michael says your boundaries are the architecture of your freedom. He says the house of your life feels bigger when the walls are the right distance apart. He says hospitality begins when you protect the home. You invest in sleep like it pays interest, because it does. You invest in movement like it clears fog, because it does. You invest in solitude like it charges batteries, because it does. Your first guide stands at the window during your darkest hour and watches for dawn. Your second guide places a warm drink in your hands when the first light appears. You meet dawn like someone who expected it. You organize your tasks into lanes that do not collide. You walk one lane at a time without apology. Your day stops tripping over itself and starts finishing what it starts. Archangel Michael says wisdom is the art of gentle refusal. He says you do not owe your time to panic. He says you owe your time to the plan you promised. You take inventory of what still belongs to you after the storm. You find resilience that did not rust. You find hope that did not mold. Your first guide brushes dust from the spine of your courage. Your second guide opens to the chapter where you return. The page smells like clean paper and possibility. You send the message you needed to send a month ago. You clear a small debt that carried heavy air. You stack 2 wins and watch a third arrive unannounced. Archangel Michael says keep your gratitude practical. He says write it, use it, schedule it. He says let gratitude be verbs, not just nouns. You allow joy to be ordinary. You allow peace to be routine. You allow success to be the sum of small truths repeated. Your first guide anchors you when the day sways. Your second guide aligns you when the mind frays. You remain upright because you remain aware. You choose silence over explanation where explanation would waste breath. You choose clarity over charm where charm would cost trust. You choose time over attention where attention would cost time. Archangel Michael says your future is unburdened by spectacle. He says it is built by one honest brick at a time. He says your hands already know how to place them. You treat interruptions like weather, not sabotage. You pause, adjust, and continue. You protect momentum by restarting quickly and kindly. Your first guide nods when you step away from screens on purpose. Your second guide smiles when you step toward sunlight on purpose. The body listens because the choices speak clearly. You rebuild your relationship with patience. You let it sit at the head of your table. Its presence changes the conversation. Archangel Michael says your discernment is ripening. He says you can smell the difference between urgency and importance. He says choose importance and the rest will reframe itself. You declutter a corner and uncover a memory that no longer hurts. You thank the version of you who survived without help. You bless the version of you who now thrives with structure. Your first guide loves your lists when they are short and real. Your second guide loves your schedules when they include breath. Your life loves both because both love you back. You replace the habit of bracing with the habit of breathing. You replace the habit of overworking with the habit of finishing. You replace the habit of perfection with the habit of kindness. Archangel Michael says the right people will feel your steadiness and relax. He says the wrong people will feel your steadiness and withdraw. He says both are blessings you do not need to manage. You repot the plant that outgrew its container. You recognize yourself in the roots. New soil means new growth without apology. Your first guide keeps watch while you rest without guilt. Your second guide keeps track while you work without rush. You keep faith while you move without fear. You name your season without drama. You call it building. You call it learning how to carry light. Archangel Michael says speak to yourself as you would to someone you protect. He says let your tone be the promise you keep. He says let your language be the ladder you climb. You keep your space friendly to focus. You keep your mind friendly to change. You keep your schedule friendly to health. Your first guide closes the chapter titled Survival. Your second guide opens the chapter titled Stewardship. Your hands turn the page with quiet certainty. You understand that endings are maintenance, not punishment. You understand that beginnings are maintenance, not fireworks. You understand that maintenance is how miracles endure. Archangel Michael says there is no spectacle required for grace to operate. He says your obedience to small truth is the open door. He says your calm is the lamp that stays lit. You catch yourself smiling at nothing urgent. You catch your breath arriving before you ask. You catch the present moment offering a seat at its table. Your first guide reminds you to water the life you already have. Your second guide reminds you to prune what no longer bears good fruit. Growth answers to both and becomes sustainable. You turn a complicated task into a sequence of simple motions. You complete the first and gain warmth. You complete the second and gain trust. Archangel Michael says to close your day with gratitude that names specifics. He says to open your day with intentions that fit your hands. He says to live your day inside those two sentences. You prepare tomorrow's clothes tonight to spare your morning a decision. You set the kettle and the notepad within reach. You greet dawn like someone who planned to meet it. Your first guide carries the lantern as you dim the lights. Your second guide stacks your completed pages with care. You lay down knowing your effort held shape. You sleep without armor because the room is honest. You wake without dread because the plan is kind. You rise without noise because the rhythm is yours. Archangel Michael says the season has shifted in your favor. He says the proof rests in how your feet trust the floor. He says keep walking the simple path that keeps returning your peace. You look back just long enough to honor the distance. You look forward just long enough to mark the next stone. You look within just long enough to feel the steady drum. Your first guide holds the doorway as you step into the day. Your second guide aligns the hinge so it opens without complaint. You pass through with dignity that belonged to you all along. Keep the pace that respects your breath. Keep the tone that respects your truth. Keep the light that respects your path.